Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ruby Home. Today, I'm going to share a very interesting tip using oranges. Not only can you use them for cooking, but you can also use the peel to make natural essential oil. With just one familiar ingredient, you can do two extremely useful things around the house. Sounds a bit strange, right? Let's start and see. First, I'll put all the oranges into a clean bowl, arranging them so they don't overlap too much for more effective cleaning. Then, I'll add about 2 tablespoons of baking soda and pour in enough water to completely submerge the oranges. Next, I'll gently stir and mix the oranges in the water to ensure the baking soda dissolves completely and spreads evenly throughout the bowl. As the baking soda dissolves in the water, it will begin to act on the surface of the orange peel, helping to remove dirt, residue, and even the waxy layer often found on the outside of the peel. I'll soak the oranges for about 7 to 10 minutes. This is a very important step, especially since I'm not only using the pulp, but also the peel in the following steps. So thorough cleaning from the beginning is necessary. After the soaking time is over, I will wash each orange one by one. Then, I rinse them with clean water. While washing, I gently rub the entire surface of the orange peel with my hands, paying attention to areas like the stem or slightly rough areas to completely remove any remaining dirt. To ensure complete cleanliness, I put all the oranges into another bowl of clean water and wash them one more time. This rinsing step will help completely remove the baking soda as well as any remaining dirt, making the oranges clean, safe, and more reassuring to use. After completion, you will see that the orange peels are cleaner, brighter, and no longer feel slippery or sticky. At this point, the oranges are ready for processing in the next steps. After the oranges have been thoroughly washed, I will now place each orange on a cutting board to begin the preparation. When placing the oranges, you should hold them firmly to avoid slipping, as the surface of the oranges will be slightly damp after washing. First, I will gently peel the outer skin with a knife. When peeling, try to move the knife gently and evenly to separate the peel neatly, minimizing the amount of white pith inside, as this part can be slightly bitter. If done carefully, you will get quite nice and clean orange peel slices. After peeling, I will put all the orange peels into a separate plate. I will keep these peels for later use, as I will use them to make essential oil, so remember not to throw them away. This is also a way to maximize the use of ingredients and avoid waste. Next, I will return to the orange pulp. I will place the peeled oranges on the cutting board and begin cutting them into round slices. You should cut the oranges into slices of moderate thickness, not too thick and not too thin, to make them easier to cook. As you cut, observe and remove the seeds. Removing the seeds is essential because if left in, the dish will become bitter and affect the overall flavor. You can use the tip of the knife or your fingers to gently remove the seeds. After cutting and removing the seeds, depending on the dish you're making, you can cut the orange slices into smaller, bite-sized pieces, or leave them whole. Finally, put all the prepared orange slices into a bowl. Next, I'll put all the chopped oranges into the blender to blend them until smooth. When adding the oranges, you can spread them out a little to make it easier for the blender to work. Then, I'll turn on the blender and blend until the orange mixture becomes completely smooth and creamy. During the blending process, you'll see the orange mixture gradually turn into a thick, orange-yellow liquid, and the natural aroma of oranges will begin to spread. If the mixture isn't smooth enough, you can blend a little more to achieve the desired consistency. After blending, I'll pour the entire orange mixture into a pot to start cooking. I'll place the pot on the stove and turn on medium heat, cooking until the mixture begins to simmer. While cooking, you can stir gently to prevent sticking to the bottom of the pot and to help the mixture heat evenly. When you see the mixture gently simmering and the aroma of oranges rises, I'll turn off the heat. At this point, the orange mixture is heated and ready for the next step. Finally, I'll pour the cooked orange juice into a bowl, letting it cool slightly while preparing for the next step in my dish. Now, I'll crack 3 eggs into a large bowl. You should choose a bowl that's wide enough so it's easier to mix the ingredients. Next, I'll add sugar. The amount can be adjusted according to your taste. If you like it sweeter, add a little more. But if you prefer a light orange flavor, just add a moderate amount. Then, I'll use a whisk to beat the mixture until well combined. I'll beat until the eggs and sugar are completely mixed. The mixture becomes smooth and slightly lighter yellow. Once the egg mixture is well combined, I'll slowly pour the boiled orange juice into the bowl. Next, I'll add a little olive oil to help the mixture become smooth and prevent it from drying out during cooking. Then, I'll add 1 bowl of flour and continue beating all the ingredients together. You should mix thoroughly to ensure the mixture is smooth, creamy, and homogeneous. When finished, you'll have a smooth mixture with a fragrant orange and egg aroma. Now, I'll prepare a baking dish. First, I'll put some cooking oil on the dish, then use a brush to spread it evenly over the surface. This step will prevent sticking, so that when the cake is cooked, it will be easier to remove, and the cake won't break or stick to the dish. Next, I'll pour the entire prepared mixture onto the dish, spreading it gently to make the surface flat and even. Then, I'll place the dish in the microwave and set the temperature to about 180 degrees for 20 minutes. During this time, the mixture will slowly cook and turn into a cake, and the aroma of oranges and eggs will spread pleasantly. When the time is up and the microwave turns off automatically, I'll take the dish out. Be careful because the dish will still be quite hot. Let the cake cool down a bit, then use a knife to cut it into bite-sized pieces. Looking at the finished product, you'll see the cake has a beautiful orange-yellow color, a slightly glossy surface, and no cracks. When you break it open, the inside is light, moist, and fluffy, neither dense nor dry. In terms of flavor, the cake has a delicate aroma of oranges blended with eggs, creating a very pleasant sensation. When eaten, you'll feel the light, refreshing sweetness of the orange, not too overpowering, combined with the light richness of the eggs, making it quite unique and not cloying. Especially, the cake is soft, smooth, and slightly moist, making it very easy to eat and suitable for both adults and children. You can enjoy it as a snack, a light breakfast, or a dessert after a meal. With just a few simple ingredients, you've made a delicious, easy-to-make, and fun cake from oranges. Next, I'll use the orange peels I prepared earlier for a great trick, creating a natural fragrance for your space. First, I'll put all the orange peels on a microwave tray, spreading them out evenly so they don't overlap. Then, I'll place it in the microwave and bake at about 200 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. During this process, the orange peels will gradually dry and begin to release a very pleasant essential oil aroma. When the time is up, I'll take the tray of orange peels out and place them on a plate. Be careful because the peels are still hot. At this point, the orange peels are drier, slightly crispier, and the aroma is more pronounced than before. Next, I'll prepare another plate, place a candle in the center, and then arrange the orange peels around the candle. When the candle is lit, the warmth from the flame will help the essential oils in the orange peels release their fragrance, creating a very relaxing and pleasant feeling. This is a very simple way to utilize orange peels, avoiding waste and helping to naturally freshen your home, especially suitable for use in the living room or bedroom. So, with just one orange, I was able to make a delicious cake and simultaneously use the peel to create a natural fragrance for my space. It's economical, makes the most of the ingredients, and is very easy to do at home. Such little tips not only make cooking more enjoyable, but also help me keep my living space clean, pleasant, and cozy. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Ruby Home channel for more useful tips in daily life. Thank you for watching and see you in the next videos.